Okay, this DIY is going to be really fun. We're going to use some of these starfish from the Shore Living line at Dollar Tree. I'm going to use 2 of the white ones and 1 of the blue ones. They're really a nice size, and they've already got like the little hanger on them. So we're actually going to take advantage of that. I wanted to do like a driftwood wall hanging. You could use this as a wind chime because it's going to be very decorative, or you could hang it on a wall. I think I'm going to hang mine on the wall. And I'm also going to use some of these little hanging decor wood beads and sand dollars from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so I went to the beach and I picked out 3 pieces of driftwood that were all kind of the same. They're all about the same length and they're kind of the same kind of wood, so we're going to go with those. But you know, you could use whatever you have. If you don't have any driftwood, you could always use a stick, just something rugged. And then about halfway in the middle, I'm just going to use my largest drill bit and drill all the way through my driftwood so that I can start this hanging. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on all 3. We're going to use 3 pieces of driftwood on this project. I'm not measuring or anything, just kind of guessing about halfway in the middle. And then we can start putting this together. I have 3 starfish and I have 3 driftwood. So I'm just going to start by threading that through the hole that we drilled in the driftwood. And just leave it like that for now. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing here for the other 2. If your hole's big enough, it's pretty easy to get that like rope cording through there. Just squeeze it and push it. I've always wanted to make one of these and it just turned out really cute. And these starfish being already tied up just makes it so much easier. So this one's going to be the top. So I just do a simple little overhand knot on the top. So that gives me a little loop that I can hang it with. And it also holds the starfish in place. And then we can start building from there. I thought these wood beads would come in handy. I kind of want to use the white and like turquoise blue ones. I thought that would go nicely with the white and the blue starfish that we have and look really beachy. I don't really want to use any of the navy stuff. That's not really going to go with my decor too much. Now, they're already on twine, so I'm just going to go ahead and untie this so I can kind of use the existing twine. And I'm just trying to determine how many wood beads I want to do in between. I end up going with, I think, 3. So, like, I'm just alternating blue, white, blue. And I did go back and forth about how many wood beads I could use. I decided 3, then 4, then 2, and then I go back to 3, of course. So I kind of want to alternate colors. So blue, white, blue, and then a white little sand dollar also from that wood bead hanging. Isn't it cute? It's very delicate looking. I'm just going to string it through like that so it will hang flat against my wall. And then we can attach that to the back of the white starfish. So I just flip that over. And I'm going to use that existing hanger that's on there and my staple gun. I'm just going to staple that on the back of the starfish. The starfish are like made out of wood, so really easy to staple to. And that looks pretty secure. I kind of like the way that looks. And then I think we can repeat that with our next starfish. So we're going to have the blue starfish next. And so it's just a matter of tying that off. It has the little loop and then I have the twine, so it's just a matter of tying them together. This was really easy to do. I just tied this one first like I did before to secure the starfish. So it's not going to go anywhere, and then tie the twine on there. And I want it to be relatively tight. I don't want it to be too long. And you can make this as big or small as you need for sure. But I thought 3 starfish would make it a nice length, and it probably is like 3 to 4 feet long. So I staple a piece of twine onto the back of the blue one, and then I'm just going to string some of the beads that I had left over from before. I'm just going to repeat that same pattern with the turquoise, white, turquoise. And then using another one of those little white sand dollars, I'm going to string that on there as well. Trying to figure out how I did it. There's a little hole on top. I string through that, and then I string through one of the slots on the sand dollar. I'm just going to put a little hot glue on the end of my twine to make this part a little bit easier. That way it'll lay flat against my wall, and it's just going to look better. So now we're ready for the third row. I'm just going to tie that off like I did on the other two, just by making a knot there. And then I can tie the twine to that. And this is going to be the very last piece on this. This was so easy to put together, and I just love how it turned out. If you don't like the colors of the starfish, or you can't find the ones that you want, they'd be really easy to paint and do this any color. I chose to hang this on my wall, which makes it hang flat like this. But this would be really cute if you hung it from your porch or something like that too, because then everything's going to kind of go a different way. Driftwood will go one way, starfish will go another way, you know, just depending on how the wind is blowing. But I think it turned out really cute. What do you think? This is what it looks like hanging. I have like a skinny, weird wall in my entryway, and I hung it up there, and I think it looks really cute. I think it looks nice and coastal.